Beneath the thunderous cheers of the crowd and the gleam of gold medals lies a truth that has been buried for ages in the dust of ancient arenas. For centuries, the Olympic Games have represented the pinnacle of human achievement, a grand celebration of strength, speed, and spirit. Yet, lurking in the shadows of myth and time is a forgotten story, a tale shared only in hushed whispers and etched into crumbling stone. When a young athlete stumbles upon a mysterious artifact in the ruins of Olympia, the past starts to awaken. What if the games were never merely games? What if they originated from a divine agreement, a cosmic battle between gods and mortals? As ancient legends come to life and the boundary between history and myth begins to fade, the athlete must unravel the secrets that have shaped the games since their inception. The journey to glory now leads not just through competition but into the depths of forgotten mythology, where the fate of the present may hinge on the truths of the past. Chapter 1: The Whisper Beneath Olympia. The sun hung low over the ruins of Olympia, casting long shadows across the ancient stone columns and half-buried statues. Elena, a budding track star and enthusiastic history student, found herself wandering away from the guided tour, lured by a gentle whisper of wind that seemed to beckon her name. While her training had brought her here seeking inspiration, something deeper stirred her curiosity, an instinct that felt more primal than rational thought. She carefully stepped over the moss-covered stones, pausing at a narrow crack between two fallen slabs. The whisper returned, faint yet undeniably present. Dropping to her knees, she reached into the crevice, her fingers grazing something smooth and cold. With a bit of effort, she pulled out a small bronze tablet, its surface adorned with strange symbols that glimmered softly in the waning light. Elena's breath hitched in her throat. These weren't your typical Greek letters. They seemed to pulse with a life of their own, as if the metal itself held memories of divine hands. Flipping the tablet over, she discovered a worn inscription in ancient Greek, a translation already forming in her mind from the months of study she had dedicated to preparing for the games. The fire binds. The pact holds. Every victor awakens the watchers. Feeling a mix of confusion and intrigue, she tucked the tablet into her bag just as voices began to approach. She hurried back to the path, her heart racing, completely unaware that this single find would plunge her into a hidden realm where mythology thrived and the Olympic Games concealed a secret far older than history itself. Chapter 2: The Pact of the 12. Elena's journey led her to Professor Demetrios, a renowned expert in ancient Greek mythology, whose reputation was as impressive as his vast knowledge. In the serene atmosphere of his study, surrounded by towering shelves filled with dusty manuscripts, Elena presented the bronze tablet to him. She watched as his eyes widened, and a slow smile crept across his face. "This is no ordinary artifact," he murmured. "It speaks of a pact forged long ago, between the 12 Olympian gods themselves." The professor went on to explain that these 12 gods, led by Zeus, had established the Olympic Games not just to honor their divine selves but to safeguard a hidden power. This power lay within the realm of mortal competition, a force capable of tipping the scales between gods and humans. The Games were a sacred event, meticulously designed to keep that power under control. The victories, the sacrifices, the triumphs. They all serve a purpose that goes beyond mere glory, Demetrios elaborated. The gods are watching, bound by this ancient agreement. Each champion chosen by fate stirs the watchers who uphold the cosmic order. Elena listened in awe. The Olympic Games were not just a test of skill and strength, they were a divine ritual. With this newfound understanding, the tablet's cryptic message transformed into something profound. The Games were a living secret, and she had now become part of something far grander than she had ever envisioned. Chapter 3: Echoes of Prometheus. One late evening, Elena found herself in the company of Nikos, an enigmatic scholar with a passion for lost myths. In a softly lit library brimming with ancient scrolls, he unveiled a secret that even most historians had overlooked. Prometheus, the titan who dared to defy Zeus by gifting fire to humanity, had bestowed upon mortals much more than just warmth and illumination. He had ignited a heroic will, a spark of divine rebellion that dared to challenge the gods themselves. The gods were terrified of this gift, Nikos explained, because it empowered humans to transcend their mortal limitations. The Olympic Games were established to keep an eye on those who inherited this heroic spirit, to monitor and control them. Elena's thoughts raced. The games were not merely a showcase of strength, they served as a means to maintain balance against that rebellious will. The champions were more than just athletes. They were vessels of a power that could disrupt the delicate order between gods and men. Nikos pointed out a concealed passage in the tablet, detailing how the gods dispatched watchers to observe every victor, ensuring that the heroic fire didn't engulf the world. Elena realized that her journey was deeply intertwined with this ancient conflict, between human ambition and divine oversight. Chapter 4, Trials of the Demigods. As Elena dug deeper into the secrets of the tablet, she stumbled upon tales from a time when gods and mortals mingled more freely, the Age of Heroes. These weren't just any humans, they were demigods, born from both divine and mortal lineages, entrusted with the delicate task of maintaining balance between two realms. Legends like Heracles and Atalanta faced challenges that went far beyond simple games. She discovered that the Olympic Games were originally crafted as trials for these demigods, pushing them to test their strength, bravery, and loyalty. Their triumphs weren't about seeking fame or riches, they were about preserving harmony between the divine and the human. Each event was a sacred ritual, a reenactment of the epic battles and struggles that shaped the universe. Elena pictured Heracles hoisting massive weights and Atalanta sprinting with unparalleled speed, both fueled not just by the desire for glory but by a profound sense of duty. These ancient trials served as a reminder that the games were steeped in prophecy and destiny. The athletes who took part were the heirs to a legacy where every win could sway the balance toward either peace or turmoil. As she readied herself for her own upcoming trials, Elena felt the weight of this truth settle heavily on her shoulders. Chapter 5, The Forgotten Flame. Elena's journey took her deep into an ancient chamber hidden beneath the ruins of the stadium, where she uncovered the true origins of the Olympic flame in a way that was both surprising and enlightening. Contrary to what many believed, this flame wasn't just a symbol of purity or peace, it was a divine fire, taken from the gods during a time when humans dared to reach for immortality. The tablet revealed that this fire was once fiercely protected by the gods, as it held incredible power, granting strength, courage, and even visions of the future. To maintain balance, the gods sealed the flame beneath the games, reigniting it every 4 years in a sacred ritual designed to uphold the cosmic order. This eternal flame was more than just a guiding light for athletes and spectators, it was the very essence of the Olympic secret. If it were to be extinguished, the delicate balance between gods and humans would be shattered, unleashing forces far beyond mortal comprehension. As Elena gazed into the flickering light of a modern torch, she felt the heavy burden of this ancient duty. The flame represented more than just a tradition, it was a gateway to a powerful legacy, one she might soon need to defend with all her strength. Chapter 6, The Curse of Nike. Elena's investigation revealed a much darker side to the games, lurking within the myths about Nike, the goddess of victory. She was more than just a symbol of success, Nike was a fierce protector of justice, cursing the games to punish anyone who tried to cheat or flaunt their pride beyond what they deserved. The tablet recounted tales of ancient athletes who broke the sacred rules, resorting to trickery or arrogance to seize victory. In retaliation, Nike unleashed her divine wrath, bringing sudden misfortune or mysterious vanishings upon the wrongdoers. These punishments acted as stern reminders, ensuring that the games remained pure and honorable. Elena came to understand that the curse was not just a story. It was a protective force, intricately woven into the very essence of the Olympic spirit to shield against corruption. Even today, whispers of this curse linger among modern athletes who dare to cheat, reminding everyone that genuine victory requires humility and respect. As she geared up for her own competition, Elena felt the weight of Nike's watchful gaze, realizing that the games tested not just strength and skill, but also the character of every competitor standing under the goddess's scrutiny. Chapter 7, A Modern Olympian. The stadium was alive with excitement as Elena made her way onto the track, the weight of ancient secrets resting heavily on her mind. While the modern Olympic Games had retained their spirit over the years, she understood that the real challenge went beyond just physical endurance. Elena was up against a hidden trial, one that only a select few truly grasped. The Watchers, ancient guardians called forth by the gods, were keenly observing each athlete's spirit, ready to determine if they could uphold the legacy of the Games without succumbing to pride or corruption. As she raced, Elena felt an invisible force guiding her, pushing her toward not just winning but achieving balance. Each stride became a sacred act, every breath a reminder of the pact made long ago. She came to realize that the Games served as a connection between the past and the present, between mortals and the divine. Her journey transformed from a quest for medals and records into a mission to honor an age-old trust. In the midst of competition, Elena learned that to truly succeed, she needed to evolve beyond being just an athlete. She had to become a guardian of the Olympian secret. Chapter 8, The Secret Reborn. As the final race drew near, Elena was hit with a wave of energy like she had never experienced before. The ancient tablet, the murmured legends, and the unseen watchers all seemed to come together in this pivotal moment. The Olympic flame blazed overhead, casting light not just on the stadium but also on a hidden chamber deep beneath the earth. There, an ancient seal began to shimmer, responding to the spirit of the Games and the bravery of its chosen protector. When Elena crossed the finish line, it felt like more than just a win, it was a rebirth. The secret of the Olympic Games unveiled itself in the quiet acknowledgement of the Watchers, recognizing her as the next guardian of the ancient pact. She realized that the Games were not merely a contest but a sacred connection that linked gods and mortals throughout history. With the secret now reborn, Elena fully embraced her new role. The myths of old were very much alive, woven into the essence of every race and every champion. The legacy carried on, hidden in plain sight, waiting for those courageous enough to honor the ancient truth behind the splendor of the Olympic Games. The Olympic Games have always been about more than just showcasing athletic talent. They serve as a vibrant link between our world and the divine, a sacred tradition steeped in ancient agreements and timeless legends. Through the bravery of champions like Elena, the hidden legacy of the gods continues to thrive, inspiring competitors not just to achieve victory but to honor a greater purpose. Every flame ignited, every race completed, and every triumph celebrated resonates with echoes from the past and holds promises for the future. The spirit of the Games beckons to those who are willing to hear it, inviting them into a realm where myth and reality blend seamlessly. As long as the Olympic flame shines brightly, the age-old secrets will persist, waiting for the next courageous guardian to uncover the true essence behind the glory.